Hey everyone, welcome back to Simple Happy Zen. It's Vera, and it's been a while since I've last made a video about things I'm not buying anymore because of minimalism and saving money. And last video I made was in August last year, so I kind of wanted to make this fresh, updated video for you guys about things I don't buy anymore in 2019. I decided not to buy these things anymore because of different reasons, and minimalism is of course a really big one, also just saving money in general, and also environmental reasons and ethical reasons. So I'm always up for new ideas and inspiration, so be sure to leave the things you're not buying anymore in the comments down below. As always, I'm just sharing my personal experiences here, so take from the video what you like and leave what you don't. First thing I don't buy anymore is wall art. When we moved in here in this apartment, the walls were all white and bare and it felt kind of cold to us, so we hung up a bunch of wall art. But lately I've actually been taking some of it down because it feels a bit too cluttered for me, and I really wish we had used those sticky stripes to hang them up with, because now we have these places in our home where we have these little tiny holes in the wall. But having a clear white wall is actually now really soothing to me and very calming, and I like it a lot better than when it's full of pictures and stuff. And especially if it's really close together, it can feel kind of distracting to the eye. And after a while, you just don't really notice them or appreciate them anymore, and they just kind of become this white noise in the room. So I find that I now prefer to have a more simple, clear white wall with a few plants to add a green touch. Next in the 10 things I don't buy anymore is special occasions clothes. So for things like events and weddings, anything where you have to buy something special that you cannot wear on any regular day. First, because wearing clothing like that always makes me feel a little weird. I guess I'm just not used to it. I don't mind looking formal per se, but I just don't really like to wear something that makes me feel uncomfortable. And second, because of minimalism, I don't like the idea of buying something that I know I'm just not going to get a lot of use out of. So I just prefer to have a few very simple dresses that I can either dress up if I have to go formal or just wear casually on any regular day. And I just don't mind if people have seen me in that particular dress before. Next thing I don't buy anymore is home accessories. I used to be nuts for anything home accessories, all kinds of knickknacks and vases and candles and anything pretty basically. I think that is a Dutch person in me. We just really want our home to be gezellig, which is kind of the Dutch word for hygge, very warm and inviting and cozy. And having a lot of home accessories is very gezellig for us. I showed our home accessories in my apartment tour video that was a little over a year ago, and since then we got rid of around, I believe, 75% of them, and I still have a few of them that I kept that I really enjoy, but overall our home and especially our surfaces are now a lot clearer. So I made the conscious decision to stop buying home accessories for a while because they are a weak spot of mine, especially when you see them in the store. They just look so pretty with everything all stalled out and sorted by color. So I just try to enjoy them in the store but not necessarily want to take something home with me. Next on the things I'm not buying anymore list is everything that's uncomfortable basically. So a while ago, I guess something just kind of clicked with me where I thought, you know what? Life is too short to not be comfortable, especially with things like clothes and shoes. I just don't want to spend my days with achy feet or not being able to sit down because my dress gets wrinkly. No more of that. And also belts, so very uncomfortable for me, and I just always kind of thought that people should own belts, but now I just think why would I have to own a belt if I don't like to wear one? And I think that they often look good on other people, but on me I just feel weird wearing a belt and it is so very uncomfortable, so I just decluttered the ones that I still had and I'm not buying a new one. Also, like I said, high-heeled shoes that hurt my feet, or clothing that's just really high maintenance or that I don't feel like myself in and I feel uncomfortable, no more of that. This next one was also a conscious decision that I made because I feel so tempted to buy them every time, and that is souvenirs. So ever since I was a little girl, I would always go and buy souvenirs on a trip. Something to remember the good times we spent there, and also just a lot of gifts for all my friends. And even last year, we went to Japan for the third time, and I still bought a lot more stuff than I had expected to, and which is fine because I still get a lot of use out of the things that we bought then, so I don't regret it. But in the future, unless it's something that is just super useful and you cannot really find here, I don't want any more stuff in my home from vacations. So pictures are all I need to remember a trip. This next one may be kind of weird at first, so hear me out. But number 6 on the things I don't buy anymore list is food that makes me feel bad. So things that taste good now but leave me feeling bloated or tired or hyped up on sugar. So something that I will regret eating or drinking afterwards. So for example, take fries. We in the Netherlands have the best fries together with Belgium. They taste insanely good and we eat them with mayonnaise, or in my case vegan mayonnaise, and they're just really, really nice. But unless they are super fresh and natural with no additives and stuff, they always leave me feeling bad. And lately I just thought, why would I want to put my body through that just so that I can enjoy some fries for a few minutes and then feel bad the rest of the night? Same thing with sugary cakes. They taste nice, but the sugar rush always makes me feel so hyped up, and then after about an hour I just collapse and I'm really tired. And especially if I combine it with a cup of coffee, so if I have it with caffeine, it just really has a very strong effect on me. So whenever I am tempted to eat or drink something that I know I'm going to regret later, I just quickly think about how it'll make me feel afterwards. And that's usually an easy trick for me to choose something else. Number 7 is accessories and jewelry, especially the things that are poorly made and that will only last one season. I just think that's a waste of money and resources. I don't own a lot of jewelry or accessories or things like that, but I do think that I have enough to style my outfits with. I recently did a decluttering session and I kept my favorites. I don't have any fancy things like real gold or things like that. Just a few normal pieces that I enjoy and that I get a lot of use out of, and that's enough for me. This next one is one that I recently decided because I was annoyed at something. So on the weekends I often enjoy going to a coffee shop and drink a cup of coffee or tea while reading a book or studying or working. And I was annoyed at how some of the drinks there were so pricey but so easy to make. So I just thought, you know, I can just as easily make this drink myself for a fraction of the cost. So for example, I really enjoy a good cup of coffee or like a really nice cappuccino, and if the barista is skilled, then I cannot make it for myself as well as they can. So I don't mind spending money on that. But when you order ginger tea and all you get is literally a glass of warm water with a slice of ginger in it, and you have to pay €3 for it or $4, that's when I kind of get annoyed. So I kind of made a pact with myself to stop buying drinks that I can just as easily make myself. So if I want ginger tea, I can just as easily just make it myself at home and bring it in a thermos. It's just such a waste of money in my eyes. Number 9 of the things I'm not buying anymore is plastic shopping bags. So here in the Netherlands, stores are not allowed to give free plastic bags with your purchase by law. So if you buy groceries or clothing or anything from a store basically, if you want a plastic bag with it, you have to buy it, which I think is really great. They're not expensive. Usually they cost about 10 cents or 15 cents a piece, but still we Dutch people don't like to waste money on something as stupid as a plastic bag. So this law really helped to make people think about bringing their own reusable bags with them when they go shopping. So I always bring reusable shopping bags with me for groceries, and I also always have this little canvas bag. I keep it folded up in my purse, so whenever I buy something from a store, I can always just whip out this little bag and use that for my purchases. Last on the 10 things I don't buy anymore list is cosmetics and beauty products that are not cruelty-free, and I'll explain a little about this. In Europe, ever since 2013, it is illegal to do animal testing for cosmetics. And before that, it was already not permitted in the Netherlands. So before 2013, I just bought my cosmetics from Dutch brands as much as possible so they wouldn't be tested on animals. And after 2013, I thought, okay, now I can purchase European brands because it is illegal here now, so they must be cruelty-free. As it turns out, that's not always the case. So if a company wants to sell their products in China, they may not do animal testing themselves, but their products will be tested on animals in China before they can sell there. So brands that are truly cruelty-free do not allow their products to be tested on animals anywhere in the world. So ever since I found that out last year, I've been switching out my brands that I was using that were not vegan and not cruelty-free to the ones that are. And I still have some products left over because I tend to buy them on bulk when they're on sale. So the change is kind of happening gradually this way. And whenever I run out of a product that I need to repurchase, I first do my research and then I find an alternative that's truly cruelty-free. Right here is a video about easy minimalist habits you can start doing today, and right here is a video about budget meal planning made easy. Click here to subscribe and I will see you all soon. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye bye.